to start things off, we witness our coterie sitting together in the back of a bright red hover car. Eclipse, John, Teddy, Antique, Lucian, and Acheron. Each lost in thought, recalling what happened almost 2 hours ago. We flash periodically between the present and the past, perhaps seeing the results of words and actions in the heat of the moment. And now we can pick it up right where we left off. If I can set the scene a bit. Talita lies on the floor, unconscious, having aged about 30 years, neck clearly broken. You all would recognize, to revive an unconscious vampire, blood would do the trick, or if anyone deigned to heal her, that's one option. Lucian, what is your immediate reaction to seeing all of this happen? Knowing you were the perpetrator.
I think his hands are shaking slightly, but he, in the back of his mind, just keeps saying to himself over and over again, anything to protect them. Anything to protect them. Anything to protect them.
I'm gonna need you to make a dice pool of your humanity.
Okay.
And roll for remorse.
Ooh. Dice pool of 6.
Oh boy.
Okay. It's 3 successes, 3 fails. 50-50.
Just like the situation.
Mm-hmm.
You feel a sense of remorse for the harm you may have inadvertently caused. You do not incur a stain on your humanity. And what would Teddy see from you as this feeling washes over you, this guilt in the pit of your stomach?
Initially, a cold, emotionless stare towards the victim. And then he'll turn to Teddy. And it'll be a look that you've probably not seen on Lucian's face before. It's heartbreak the moment he looks at you and he sees your reaction.
Teddy.
As he realizes.
Before you respond, I'm gonna need a dice pool of your current willpower.
That's a 5. So
as you roll to resist frenzy.
okay. Oh boy. Ooh. 2 successes, 3 fails.
Okay. We briefly flash back to the present moment. Our camera turns to Antique. Antique, you race toward the security area, I believe you described.
I remember,
So you
yes.
ran off. Get a look at everything on the cameras. What was your intention there?
Just seeing if there's more, like if there are more people or vampires or coming in. Anyone that's not supposed to be in the building.
For the time being, all is as it should be on the lower levels. You would notice Joey LeBompt in the center of a streamer couch, having the time of his life somewhere. His unlife, I should say. You flip back to the main area where everybody is gathered, seeing what looks like a tense altercation. And as you watch on the camera, perhaps zooming in to get a closer look at what's going on, Antique, you would see Teddy go stock still. To you, it looks like her eyes are rolling into the back of her head. We switch. Teddy.
Mm-hmm.
You've experienced premonitions before.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, it feels as though you are in two places at once. Somehow in the present moment, but also propelled forward into some time in the future. You take a step and another as the world around you changes to something different, to a dry heat, an evening breeze that only seems to make it more stifling in the atmosphere. Take a step and another. Everyone else, John, Eclipse, Lucian, and Acheron, would see Teddy standing stock still, her eyes rolled to the back of her head, as she breaks into a sweat. This is unusual in and of itself, unless you all have the blush of life active, unless you are masquerading as a human being. Kindred don't sweat. This sweat beads across her forehead and rolls down her face, and Teddy starts shaking. She's standing still, yet all of her muscles are tensed. And I'll give everyone a chance to respond before I continue with the premonition.
I immediately wrap my arms around her and I just squeeze and I hold her as tight as I can.
She is shaking violently in your arms, and she is unable to respond.
That's fine. I just hold her until she comes out of this.
John, Eclipse.
I think with Eclipse witnessing this happening, her first immediate response was to go to her and wrap her arms around her, but she knows that Lucian has that under control. And right now, all she sees is this body on the floor that Lucian had attacked, essentially. She's going to move it out of the way, out of sight, out of mind for the moment.
Okay. John.
As tense as this moment was, seeing what's happening, I, at least for a moment, lower my weapon. seeing Eclipse pull away the body, I join her and try to figure out to see who this is. I assume that I don't recognize this person, other
You would
than the
not.
visage that we saw before with a vague Teddy-like face.
Mm-hmm.
I'll
With
crouch
this
down.
visage has now shifted to resemble someone else entirely.
I look towards Eclipse and I'm like, do you recognize this?
Would Eclipse know anything?
You've heard vague recollections from Amarantha. She also has not met everyone involved in the casino heist, but if you want, you can give me... Let's make this intelligence and academics for a little history check.
A 9 and a 0 for 2. 2 successes.
Oh, very nice.
Nice.
Okay, I'll flavor this. Amarantha often listened to Lucian after trying days at the office, listened to him complain about people. You did hear the name Dion and knew that she was the proprietor. And I'll say with 2 successes, you did hear that Dion had sired someone as well. This would be 2 people that once stood to oppose Amarantha and her sire. Though you hadn't seen her face before, you've been drawing your own connections about everything that has surfaced since this journey began. All the inferences to other kindred, all of the phone calls, all of the research. You've been drawing your own conclusions. You would be able to identify this as someone from Teddy and Lucian's past, and that someone was once part of a formidable obstacle to the 2 of them and to Amarantha by association.
So Eclipse would end up relaying this information that she had gotten from Amarantha from the past, when they sat down and talked.
I turn around and kind of observe what's happening with Teddy first. And I'll try again to get through to Lucian. Lucian, what did you do? Well, I know what you did. That's not the point. I've seen the reports. I've seen the aftermath. I've seen the horrors that these abilities do. Why?
Whatever it takes.
Eclipse would look over at June. Lucian is very protective of his girls. He will do anything and everything possible to make sure they're safe. If one of them is in danger, he will do anything to make sure that this is one of the results for it.
That's a fucking understatement, to say the least. Resorting to this? Really?
Yes, really, detective.
Teddy.
It doesn't surprise me that things follow you from the past. Especially not at this rate. Who's the next person we're gonna see? Will it be me next time?
I guess we'll have to wait and see, won't we?
Guess we'll have to see, indeed. I'll cock my gun and holster it again and just keep my eye out on, I guess, the corpse currently.
I will
Teddy,
If
forward
there's any movement whatsoever coming from that corpse.
I'm forwarding the
There
feed
is no
to.
movement from the corpse.
Just FYI, I am forwarding it to Killian so he's aware that there is dead shit happening.
Okay. And I am gonna get back to Antique, but Teddy,
Mm-hmm.
take a point of aggravated damage. Alright, Antique, you forward this video feed to Killian, making sure he's aware of what's going on. Is there anything else you would like to do to respond?
Not right now. I'm just watching and I just give him a heads up because it's his hotel, so.
Okay. Teddy,
Mm-hmm.
the world around you becomes clearer, and this does look like the desert. But it's somewhere beneath. Underground, perhaps. You take a step toward... You don't know where you're going exactly, but you're walking forward. The winds are colder down here. You feel it on your skin. The bitter chill that you imagine, if you were still human, would leave you shivering. Walking further into this area, you notice up ahead natural rock formations. Following along these rocks, some of them start to change color, appearing to be, looks like an ore deep within the earth, some kind of vein, a mineral perhaps. It's very dark in color, almost obsidian. You're following the veins further into this cave when you come across a figure standing in an opening of the rock formation. She's facing an opening in the rock formation, which is big enough you could call it a passage. She's holding her hands out. Darkness seeps out of her visage. The shadows in here make it almost impossible to see. Your senses as a kindred allow you to recognize that this is Blue. You're watching Blue murmuring, holding her hands out and struggling to contain whatever discipline this is she's exerting upon this passageway. And then suddenly your vision shifts and you are in Blue's place. Holding your hands out, you are whispering words in a language that you do not know. You are concentrating with all of your might this portal before you. It's like looking into the night sky. It's darker than anything you've ever seen. Like stepping into pure night. You reach a hand out, almost searching with your hands, reaching blindly into this ether, and you call out a name that you do not recognize. Finally, something seems to slide into place. Your vision goes black. And at this point, at what everyone else is seeing, Lucian, during this bout of shaking, Teddy started clenching her hands. Her nails have pricked her palms, and blood runs down her hands and drips onto the floor. She's squeezing her hands that tightly. She is gritting her teeth. You can almost hear the grind of molars in her mouth with your kindred senses. She is hyperventilating. You would be able to recognize the signs of a premonition. This is unlike any premonition you have ever seen her experience before. She seems to not only be having a vision of the future, she seems to be living through it at the same time. How do you respond?
I think he'll hold her even tighter and he'll speak right into her ear, attempting to reach through to her, and he will just keep saying, "The future isn't written in stone. Whatever you're seeing, I will give my own life to fight it for you. You will see a future. I swear it. On all my years, you will make it through this."
We're gonna resolve Lucian's role.
Okay.
Lucian, you say these words, you hope that they get through to Teddy. You can't be sure if they reached her. That is what happens.
But I can hope like
Teddy.
any father would.
Your vision clears. You are still locked into this premonition. You feel powerful. You look upon the world with eyes that have not seen night in, it could be millennia. With new eyes, new abilities you have not yet tried. You start to exit the cave, passing by another section of this obsidian ore deep within the cave. Just enough of the moonlight showing through to make the surface reflective. You see your face, and it is Blue's face. Yet, as you look at this reflection, something about the image changes. Blue's eyes look wild, dark, and as you watch, another face is reflected back at you for a split second, one that looks ancient and not like your own. They have a third eye. It isn't bleeding. Entering into the world, you feel a shudder pass through the earth, as though the world itself is waking up to acknowledge your arrival. The ground trembles beneath your feet, and it is at this point that everyone else in the scene with Teddy would feel the ground shake beneath their feet. Another earthquake, with whispering traveling through the atmosphere itself. whispering in an ancient language, one that has not been spoken for much longer than any one of you would realize, but Antique, you get a text from Killian. I feel it. The beckoning. Saulat awakens. Saulot. Zaulat. Antique, this name is new to you.
I mean, I'll just text back Solat ? Because he knows who it is, so... And then also check in.
Antediluvian is the text you receive. Taking this to mean one of the antediluvians is awake. This is a longer pre-credit scene, than usual, but we're going to resolve it with one more turn through everybody. Teddy is going to have a chance to exit this vision and recover, and everyone else will have a chance to respond.
As she slowly exits the vision, what she might just hear the tail end of is Lucian, who sounds physically upset at this point. And he's rambling a little bit, but the brief glimpses that Teddy might hear is him talking about how Amaranth was always my legacy. She has the capabilities and the strength to deal with the weight that I have carried all these years, but she that's not the life I want for you, Teddy. You are unique. You are, as much as I hate to admit it, sometimes part of me, but you're my favorite.
I knew it.
And I don't want legacy for you. I want you to carve your own path. And the closer you are with me, I fear that weight of mine is going to pull down upon you. So while I will do what I can to save you and keep you alive, unalive, when this is done, we should probably talk.
Teddy, you return to the present moment. Your body tense, your hands throbbing, and as you look down, you realize your fingers are bleeding, and Lucian is hugging you tightly, trying to soothe you by murmuring in your ear.
She's still just very still. And blinks a few times. And looks around. Taking in her surroundings to figure out where she is exactly. But she slowly unfurls her hands and just lets the blood drip.
Everyone else sees this display.
I've got you.
Eclipse is going to bring over, I guess, a cloth and puts it into Teddy's hand and applies some pressure to hopefully stop some of the bleeding.
She just kind of stares. Not completely coherent with everything yet.
I think I'll just give her another little squeeze and say, Teddy, I'm here. I've got you. Whatever you saw, take your time. We've got this. Do you think you can stand?
Yes.
Well, I'm not taking that chance, and I'll pick her up.
She just kind of raises an eyebrow at him.
There's Teddy. Okay, she's fine. She's fine. There we go. Right.
Antique, you are seeing that the trouble seems to have passed, though all of this information is still looking up at you from your phone that Killian has told you. The world itself trembled in recognition of an antediluvian awakening from its slumber. How do you respond? Do you rejoin the others, being the important question?
Yeah, I'm going back to the others. Well,
Okay.
texting or sending messages at least to the network and Killian if he replies.
Antique is on her way down.
I'm also turning into Antique currently. So I was Rebel before, but I'm changing for our trip back to what the outside world knows.
Jun finds a chair, probably the one that he was sitting on before, drags it over, sits down next to the guys, and I'm like, I don't want to state the obvious, but shit's fucked. And I realize that I'm severely out of my depth here.
I don't believe that. You're still here. If you're out of your depths, you'd be dead. You've proven quite resourceful.
Yeah. But not really, though. With your whole carelessness so far, it is kind of funky to see you be the complete opposite suddenly.
Well, I guess maybe that's
You
just
were
the old ways in me.
eager to let everything fall apart before.
Would we say Antique comes in at that point?
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, talking about the old ways, I think we have bigger issues now. One of the old ones awoken. I think you felt the rumbling. Looks over to Lucian. You're old enough, but not that old, but you might know the name. Salat?
Would I know that name?
Zalat.
Because I know if I don't, I know who will that's in the group. My boy.
I have an idea,
Yes.
and this will be a nice big pool to roll from. Because you've been having so many conversations with Acheron, instead of making this intelligence and academics, make this intelligence and awareness to recall the long list of topics that you discussed with Acheron.
Okay, dice pool of 7 and a speciality, so that's a dice pool of 8. I think in this moment of contemplation, Lucian just gives a look to Acheron, like a knowing look between the two of them. And I'm sure there's a staunch look of recognition on his face. And I assume a great deal of worry.
Okay. You are able to recall Acheron discussing the idea of Gehenna and of the antediluvians rising to obliterate everything. You recall Acheron saying in particular that the antediluvians made the original vampire clans, so most of the time they are referred to by their clan name, i.e. Brujah is referred to as Brujah. Ventru is referred to as Ventru. Malkavian is referred to by Malkav. It's a slight derivative, but it's believed that using their names might bring about some horrible, unforeseen consequences. In particular, Zaulat is the Salubri antediluvian, believed to have been killed through diablerie some time ago, although those rumors are never confirmed.
Ooh, quick question. Probably no, but would it have been around about a similar time as when Lennox was at the height of his power, or would it have been much earlier?
This predates the 1600s. It's closer to Demetrius's time, actually.
Okay. Yeah, I think that recognition will spark in Lucian's mind, and then I'll look to Joan and I'll just say, shit is fucked. On the bright side, I think we're probably going to get some use out of those new guns.
No. There you've piqued my attention.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't do this again. Not like this. I cannot promise what will happen next time.
I'll do what has to be done to protect what is mine. But I will bear no grudge to you of you acting of your own volition. You do what you have to do, and I will do what I have to do. Call it a gentleman's agreement.
Acceptable. And I get up, pull my phone out, and I'll just walk a little bit off to the side by myself. And send a text message to my sire.
Okay.
If I don't make it back to Night City from this suicide run, my only actions can repay the debt that I have to you. You've given me more than I'm deserving of. Consider your request my priority complete. It seems their goals align with yours as well, so once again, my gratitude to you, my sire. Pop it in my pocket.
You get a fairly immediate text. It doesn't sound like it's a different tone than you're used to hearing from Raiden. Kid, I felt the beckoning out in the Badlands. Shit just hit the fan. Pretty sure I'll see you soon.
Lucian will make a point of saying, our unexpected guest has some talking to do. They come with us.
Ooh.
Got it.
Though they cannot speak because of what I did, they can blink once for yes and twice for no. So that will do.
Do you want me to bound them?
I don't feel like they're going to be running anytime soon with a broken neck and all.
They may not, but, precautions.
I trust you to make the right judgment yourself. You don't need my guidance. You've proven yourself. Plus, I think if I tried to order you around, then I think my dear Amara would kick my ass. As they say.
I mean, you are still my boss, so.
And she's mine.
Amarantha is in one of the VIP suites in the living quarters, and she seems to be under secure protection. The walls are reinforced to prevent light from getting in. You get the sense that this building has pretty good security as well, so you are reassured by Amarantha's safety. And she is reluctant to let you leave at first. She just wishes that she could go along, but she has been in quite the state the last few days, so she does need some rest and recovery time, but she holds both of your hands close, and she does give you a kiss for luck.
He does give her a kiss back, and then quickly before she leaves, she's going to be like, when I get back, and if I do, will you marry me? And then leaves.
Just stunned face. Okay. And on the elevator, on the way down to join everyone else, you get 2 texts. One from Amarantha saying yes.
Yes! Yes!
And another from an unknown number.
Oh.
Saying, I felt the beckoning. See you soon, baby doll.
Nope. She's going to read this text, and she's going to respond with, who the fuck is this? And why are you calling me baby doll?
You get a couple of black heart emojis. As we approach the Badlands and the Tremere Coven of the Lunar Circle, it started to rain. It's an unusual kind of rain. It looks like the precursor to a thunderstorm. It's rare that Night City gets this much inches in rain, but it looks to be quite the rager. And as we pull up outside of the designated area, as you prepare to exit the vehicle, do you do anything in particular to weather the elements a bit better?
He pulls her hood of her jacket up over her head to about eyebrow level and just pulls it down as far as she can.
Eclipse is gonna just grab an umbrella and hold it out for whoever wants to be underneath the umbrella.
Sounds good. I'll join you.
Lucian's still adjusting to these strange clothes that she's having to wear now. Combat boots. Gods.
Acheron responds to Lucian and just says, "Oh, you'd look dapper in anything."
Lucian just scoffs and looks at him with a slight smile and just goes, "Yeah, okay."
What do you think at this point? Eclipse is going to text Lucian, and in the group text as well is going to be Teddy. I proposed to Amarantha.
Amarantha's in the group chat. You just get a message.
Well, she made like a separate text.
Oh, a separate one to us. Okay.
Yeah, separate one.
He doesn't reply, but you see him read his phone And he just smiles at it and he puts it back in his pocket.
Eddie doesn't touch it. It is still sitting in her back pocket. She does not acknowledge her phone.
That's different.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
There appears to be a number of generators, because anyone familiar with cyberpunk culture would recognize that nomads frequently use burning barrels of trash, and Kindred don't do fire very well. That is one thing that you won't have to worry about in the middle of what looks to be a pretty severe rainstorm. So, several generators are lighting up individual floodlights which illuminate a section of the desert. You all would recall that the Human Music Festival, Inferno, is happening tomorrow. Off in the distance, there does appear to be a stage partially set up, but there are several people milling about. It doesn't take preternatural senses to realize that they're humans, because there's a small parking lot of all of their cars off to the side. They appear to be tearing down some of the stage setup because they're being rained out. They can't set up festival equipment in the middle of a rainstorm, so some of those people we'll make it about 100 feet away, they appear to be packing up, getting into their cars, and be about to drive home. So there's that stage set up, but it's quite a ways away.
Well, at least the weather's on our side.
And with a bit of luck, we get some thunder as well to cover some of the other things we might have to do.
You mean scream? Sorry.
Well, I was thinking more about gunfire, but yeah, sure. As I get out of the car, I don't really do any preparations weather-wise, because I'm already wearing essentially combat-ready, weather-resistant clothing to begin with. The only thing is I take off the NCPD badge, because the NCPD don't come out here in the Badlands. If anything, it would do me more harm than good.
Valid.
Okay.
I'll record a quick clip in the sense of, hey, preview for the festival, it's fucking raining, don't come here. Seriously, just watch it on the screen. It's awful.
Festival's been called on account of rain.
Yeah.
Landing fellow, more like moist man.
Oh, that's funny.
Let's
see.
As we do get out of the car, I will stand with Teddy, and I'll take her hand, and I'll just say, "Are you ready for whatever comes next?" Is there anything I can do right now to help? Okay.
Auntie?
Actually, I will record a second message.
Okay.
Okay.
I haven't sent it yet. I'm doing this differently. I'm recording, I'm filming the crew that's packing up. I'm basically creating the scene festival is cancelled, and I will distribute it over several of my networks. So no one's coming tomorrow or tonight. Just
getting the word out.
Trying to make it happen.
Simple enough. You turn off your notifications before a flood of comments from angry festival goers start coming in, and yeah, so that was resolved handily.
Can I?
Hey, there are still people here already camping, I assume, so.
Well, there are people setting up for the festival, but it looks like most of them are leaving already. The people that are here are a part of the Tremere Coven. These are the people you came to see.
Yeah.
Can I insight Teddy?
You can.
Okay. What am I rolling?
Give me
I suppose insight is one of them.
Wits and insight for you.
That's 6.
Let's see. For Teddy, this would be a pool of... Actually, I'll message it to you.
Okay.
Oh, we like this, we like this, we like this. Okay. I got a 2 and a 4, and I got 3 10s.
Oh.
Wow.
That's 6 successes.
Overcompensate you much?
Okay.
Oh, I got a 3 as well, but that's no one cares about.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I had no successes.
Oh,
None.
None. Not one over a 5.
I'll describe this, actually. She hasn't touched her phone once. She went... You've seen her go nonverbal after premonitions, but this is something else. Not only do you believe Teddy is hiding something, you're not entirely sure this is Teddy.
As I suspected. I'll just give a hand a squeeze. And I'll just say, just like Las Vegas, eh? I do miss the old club. Phantasma. And I deliberately say the name wrong to see if there's a reaction.
She just kind of tilts her head up at him. And blinks.
You would tell me if anything was wrong, wouldn't you, dear? And I'm counting how many times she's blinking, thinking back to what I'd said earlier.
She just kind of stares and like her tongue feels heavy, trying to find the right words.
It's quite all right. You've had a tough day. But I can help you. I'll use compulsion.
Lucian, for you, this would be charisma and dominate.
So it's 3 and 2. Oh, 3 and 1. Oof, my dominate's not great because I put all my points in oblivion.
Yeah.
Oh, them rolls though. That's a 10, 2 9s, and a 7. So still 4 successes out of 4. No, just the 1 crit.
All right, dice. Let's see how nice you're gonna be now, since you failed me all day.
We want them to fail now. To be very nice.
How many did you say?
5.
Yeah, no, I got 1.
Well,
Okay.
1 success. At least it was 1 this time instead of none.
none.
For Well, this is until the power is dropped, as long as there is eye contact. Lucian, you're able to compel Teddy.
Now what's the command going to be? Because I still don't fully grasp what's happening. If I can compel Teddy. Ooh, okay, give me a minute. I gotta think about this.
Well, okay. Giving you the tiniest bit of leeway. 5 words or less.
5 words or less. Fucking hell. Prove to me you're okay.
I can help with that. I have a tablet, and it's almost, imagine someone having a Rubik's Cube and just twisting it to be unsolvable, and she's the mastermind to fix it. I'm like, I can't log in, can you help me? You all tacky and shit.
Teddy, you hear the words, prove to me you're okay. And you see Antique handing you a tablet. Give your honest reaction.
Her eyes bug out at the tablet and she immediately backs away.
Oh.
And then she looks at Lucian and says, "Hello, Lucian."
Hello.
It's been a long time.
Longer for you, I suspect.
She's very smart.
Well, of course. I only pick the best.
I would expect nothing less. I can help.
Define help.
You've bitten off more than you can chew.
Haven't I always? I've made a career of that. I've made an unlife of that. That's my thing. And yet here I am.
This is bigger than you know. It's my kin.
It's the antediluvians. It's everyone's kin.
Specifically mine.
So what, you want me to just turn back and walk away? Pretend like everything's fine?
No. But I can help. And I need you to save her. And she gestures to herself.
Why do you think I'm here? If it's not to save my girls. All of them.
I don't want to be in this body as much as you don't want to be in this body. It's very weird.
Yes, but Trust me, from personal experience, it does grow on you.
But it's not mine. And I only have 2 of these.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe it's about time you saw the world through our eyes. Gain some
Jeez, at
perspective.
this point, Acheron takes Lucian's arm. Without looking at him, he'll turn to Teddy and ask, Blue?
Hello, Acheron.
That's what I thought. He'll look at Lucian. Blue's spirit, her body. This is Blue.
I'm quite aware, meine Liebe.
How?
She's awake. And she took mine. And she got displaced.
Teddy did.
Unfortunate.
Where has Teddy's spirit been moved to?
If I had to take a wild guess, where all vampires go, they're displaced.
Oblivion. There is a very dark look in Acheron's eyes. He'll look at Lucian. Where all kindred go during final death. The ability you wield because of me harnesses oblivion itself. It is a place. And if Blue has inhabited Teddy, that means Zaulat has inhabited Blue.
Understatement.
Well, great. Fucking stupendous. We're all playing a great game of fucking musical chairs.
I didn't do this.
I don't give a fuck. I don't care about any prophecies, antediluvians, flood. Fuck the flood. Point me in the direction of my girl so I can go and bring her home. Stand against me, and you will live to regret the day.
Mission. I'm on your side. I always have been. I like her. I don't want to be her.
Then I repeat what I said. Prove it to me.
What do you need me to do?
If you're inhabiting that body, you...
I don't have her skills. I have my own. It's just a body.
It's not just a body, it's...
It is hers, and I will take great care of it until she can be put back.
He walks away. His mind is racing. He doesn't know what to think right now. He's lost in a maze of his own frustration. And he walks away. Just for some space.
A few minutes pass. 1 turns to 5. 5 turns to 10. Rain pours. Thunder rumbles in the sky above. As you all wait with uncertainty, you would notice the quality of the rain start to change. From clear to opaque to red. At this time, everyone give me a dice pool of your willpower.
Well,
Is it like a control thing?
Yes. To resist frenzy.
There we go. Now the dice want to play nice.
I agree. I have 2 10s, a 9, and a 5.
6 successes. Okay. Lucian.
I think it's the heat of the moment. Out of 7, I got 2 successes.
Nice.
Okay. Antique.
2 successes
Okay.
out of
That's
3.
not bad.
Out of 3. Okay.
If I only have 3, that's not a lot.
It's still a majority, so, Eclipse?
Got 2 10s, 2 8s, a 9, and a 7.
Not bad. Not bad.
Nice.
Iron Will, baby! Alright. I do know how I want to flavor this.
Oh no.
Acheron will depart from everyone to go find Lucian, although I didn't roll for him yet.
Don't have to. Oh no.
Lucian, you're wandering, incensed, perhaps not quite paying attention to where you were going, but you hear a voice call out your name, and as you turn, the splashes on your skin as you look up and notice the blood rain for the first time. You see Acheron and a kind of hunger takes over. You watch his expression change as well. And how we're gonna roll this is I'm gonna roll decision dice.
Oh boy.
So evens and odds. Okay. Alright. Give me a pool of, for you, Lucian, this would be strength and brawl.
Okay, so that's 5, but with speciality, so 6. Thank God I chose that speciality.
Okay. Is he gonna risk hunger? Yes, will.
Okay. Not terrible.
Right.
No.
2, 3.
Okay. DC is not super high.
I got 5 out of 6. Just.
Beats his 2. The rain pouring down. In this moment, it almost seems to stop midair. You spring back. He takes on a defensive stance as the two of you run toward each other. You hear him snarling, and then you listen and you realize that it's yourself you're hearing. You are snarling. And you lunge forward to pounce, and he manages to roll the two of you in midair so that you can sense he's trying to dislodge, but you go flying, spinning through the air, crashing against a rock, taking a single point of superficial damage. To your health. He does as well. And as your fangs sink into his neck, you hear that inner voice inside you. They think they get to play these games with you, with one of the most highly respected members of our clan? Fie on them. Forget them. You go. You attack. You restore order to our clan. You do this now, and you feel that compulsion. You are at hunger 1.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to rule that he takes a point of aggravated damage. You are now at hunger 0, but you sense that because of the nature of his frenzy, he's made of stronger stuff. You don't kill him, but you do bite, and you bite deep. Everyone else, hearing over the sound of the thunder, distant snarling. Those of you less familiar with the Badlands would understand that you're not entirely sure what could be out here. It could be animals, whatever's left that manages to survive outside of Night City, but you would have no way of knowing.
Did it come at least somewhat from the region where they were walking off to?
Yes.
I mean, Genting thinks to himself, and in not like a panicked reaction, but more of a instinctual fuck. Something is probably going wrong. I open a weapons crate where a D5 copperhead assault rifle is in with a sling, put it on, and a weirdly oversized pistol with a holster that I put on, which I still think is...
You could have heard every word of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All of you were standing in close enough proximity that you all heard what was happening.
I'll look at least Antique and Eclipse, and I'll just, while getting the last thing set up, tell them something is horribly wrong. I don't know what. And I just point up in the sky. This is one of those things. We need to go now.
Well, and I thought you would jump into the trunk.
And I just hightail book it towards the general direction that I last saw Acheron go to.
Are we still using
cocking the rifle and just hoping it doesn't get worse, but expecting the worst.
Are we still using the umbrella, or did we give up on the...
Oh no. Before the actual blood rain came down, for a brief moment, Jen was just looking up, trying to feel something. The rain on his skin, as bad as it is for humans, it is not. I don't feel anything, I guess. Just wiping the hair backwards a bit and just trying to take in any kind of sensation. Just to feel something for a moment.
John.
Nothing there.
You were able to register that it is raining blood, but that grasp on sensation eluded you. So you
Also
are
single-minded.
running toward the...
Yeah, just single-minded at expecting what is going to probably be the worst situation, because not too long ago I just saw someone, a very particular someone, use some very horrifying powers that are not good news.
Eclipse is going to look over to Antique. We should probably go follow.
Yeah. At least we shouldn't get separated. Not sure what your dad's not your dad, sorry.
Your boss.
My boss.
Your boss. But
father-in-law.
Not there.
Soon to be.
Soon to be father-in-law.
I don't know. Oh my god. Different topic. We can talk about that later.
Yeah.
Cool. Also, not her dad dead. I'm so confused. Okay.
It's weird. But she's gonna look over to who looks like it's Teddy, and now that she's found out it's Blue. Would you like to come with, or do you want to chill here?
Oh no, see, I would like to help as much as I can, and if something happens to this one's paternal figure, it is not going to be good when she gets back to her body, so...
Okay, let's go.
Point of order. Blue.
Yes.
The moment you stop speaking, you turn and find a spot away from the floodlights, a shadow, Eclipse, Antique. Mm-hmm. You watch as Blue vanishes from sight, reappearing 15 feet away in the shadows where Lucian and Acheron are fighting.
Yeah.
With my shadow hopping?
Yep.
Always wanted to learn that. That's so
very
cool.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
All right, let's go break up a fight.
Let's just normally walk.
I really should go stop my soon-to-be father-in-law from doing whatever the fuck he's doing.
I mean, did you ask him for his permission?
The answer is no, I did not. I kind of just didn't spare the moment.
I get that.
It was more so of like, hey, love you. If I make it, will you marry me? And left. And then she texted me saying yes. So there's that.
Well, congrats. Let's make it an eternity. At least one of us is getting out of here.
Yes.
Give me a composure plus intelligence roll.
All right, so that is a pool of 5.
Okay. All right.
So it is 2 10s, a 9, a 7, and a 6.
How do you guys roll so well? I suck. This is amazing.
7 successes. Very nice.
See, that's what happens when you suddenly become related to Lucy and your dice rolls skyrocket.
Eclipse.
Yeah.
You feel a persistent tug in your chest. It's as though someone has thrown a fish hook and it's caught somewhere around your sternum, and you feel a persistent yank. It's an urge to go somewhere, to a place even, not too far from here.
Nope.
Someone is attempting to summon you. Wait, you rolled 7?
Yeah.
7 successes? Okay, there's only a 1 point margin between the roll that I just made. So with a 1 point margin, you hear a voice. Haven't you always wanted to meet me? Here I am.
She's going to respond with, yeah, but right now I have something a little more important to take care of before I can meet you.
That's okay. I'll find you.
I'm sure you will.
Nope.
Stomping off very angrily after Antique, I imagine.
Mm-hmm.
It's not ominous or anything.
Oh,
No.
I'm staying around with her, so I'm not like just heading strolling
Yeah.
along.
She's gonna go help now pull Lucian off of his lover. No.
Okay. And what everyone finds as they converge on this location, we're going to make one more roll, a contested roll.
Strength and brawl again?
Yes.
Okay.
And he's risk hunger. Oh, that's it.
Six successes out of 6.
Okay.
Wow.
Everyone would hear. It started as a series of muffled shouts, growing in volume to cries, and he grabs your arm. He tries to pull you away, and realizing your fangs are lodged in deep, he tries to talk to you in your ear. He just... It's the blood. Stop. You're better than this. Fight this. Everyone else gets into the area, and you all would be able to hear this.
Can Eclipse try to pull him off?
How close
Can I-
am I?
Well,
Can I pull the other person?
didn't I have like a head start on you guys first?
Yeah,
I
it's
shadow
true.
stepped too. So how
Yeah.
close am
Okay.
I?
John and Blue arrived first. Antique and Eclipse would arrive maybe a minute after.
I would like to try and get Lucian's attention, to get his eyes to meet me.
Okay.
And mesmerize. Please.
All right. Lucian, for you, this is a pool of intelligence plus resolve. For Blue, this is manipulation plus dominate.
Please don't suck. The one time I need you to actually roll really well so that he doesn't kill his boyfriend and lose his shit even more. Thank God. Okay. We've got 2 zeros, a 6, and a 2.
6 successes out of 6 again.
What would I need to roll to pull him off?
Okay, so we're gonna resolve this one at a time. Blue, you feel your efforts are in vain. Since John is the other one that got there first, John, with your assault rifle, what would you like to do?
Seeing how there is some fangs deeply buried into someone's neck, while still committing to the full sprint, I, kind of out of character for them so far, will assert as much dominance as possible and yell towards Lucian, "You stupid fuck! Stop!" And I take the butt of the rifle and basically just smash the hardest possible into Lucian's head in order to dislodge. Kind of like similar to like when you like full power, like the wrestling move where you like the both feet, like that kind of energy, like fully committing to the butt of the rifle with the hopes, and then probably just stumbling into them at the same time. Depending on how
you could not have described that more perfectly, because I have an idea of the role that I want to have you make. For Lucian, this would be to see if you have any faculties left during the peak of your frenzy. We'll call this the equivalent of a wisdom saving throw. Wits and awareness for you, Lucian, to see if this even registers on a conscious level.
That's a pool of 8 for me.
I know, but for John, I'm going to make this. It's not going to be what you think, but you also have a specialty in this. So, strength and intimidation using your specialty for a pool of 10.
And the specialty being physical coercion.
Good luck,
you are
detective.
the first person in vampire history.
Oh, same for you, old man. Okay. So,
excitement.
fuck, this is actually pretty good.
All right, John, give me your roll first.
Okay, I'll start with, I have a 2. But then I have a 9, a 8, a 9, a 7, 4 10s, and another 7.
Okay, so 5 normal successes, 4 8 successes. That's 13 successes.
Which beats
Like I
my
full
8.
commitment.
Beats your 8. Okay.
Oh my god.
You decapitate Lucy.
Fuck me, that is awesome.
Feel the urge to retract your fangs as the side of a rifle does collide with the side of your head. You do take a point of aggravated damage for that. He just like starts murmuring in Lucian's ear in another language, and he's saying something to the effect of, "I know it wasn't you. It's the blood. It's the ancients, the antediluvians. Don't blame yourself. It was the frenzy. It happens. I'm still with you until the end of whatever that's happening here. And then further still, if you'll have me." Your faculties return enough that you do catch all of this. Though there is a ringing in your ears now.
How big's the wound?
The wound, let me mark on his cheek. It's an indentation of teeth, not dissimilar to the bite from, not a bear, we'll say a wolf.
Would it close on its own? Or is
to
it there?
mend damage, you have to concentrate and roll hunger checks in order to mend points of damage. So he would have to concentrate on mending the damage, and right now he's more concentrated on like making sure Lucian doesn't lose his head.
Could I do something?
Okay.
Okay, I have a feature that's Swift Feeder, which would close the wound or help healing a bit.
Okay.
If you guys are okay with it, I could help with that while you focus on getting your head straight up, but I would need to
You don't
do
get
something
much
to your
more
neck.
response other than a distracted nod. He's just like, oh, okay, yes, thank you.
What you see looks like as if I'm kissing his neck, but technically I'm licking. So the wound closes a bit.
Meanwhile, you just have like a insanely heavy, well, weirdly heavy breathing Jun, just like getting all the energy that just gathered between leaving the trunk and getting there. Like, you absolute bunk. It hasn't been even 2 fucking hours.
Calm
What
down.
the actual fuck? And he
It's
just turns
the
around
blood
and just-
rain.
It's the
triggers
blood rain.
frenzy in all of us. It's not his fault. It's the blood. It's the blood rain. I'm not sure how all of you are still coherent, frankly. I lost myself to the frenzy too.
During this whole thing, like Eclipse seeing June do this, so seeing that it was broken up, the unknown number, she's going to text it. Where are you at?
Right underneath your feet.
What?
Look for the cave. And then he'll add, watch out though. He'll send a couple of shark emojis. I hear
No.
there's predators in these waters. And
Oh, hi, QJs. Sorry to interrupt your broadcast. It's me. I've been here the whole time. Oh, wait, no, that's Sam Reich, not me. Just a quick little thing just to say, if you haven't done so already, can I do this yet? Just squeeze my finger down here. This little follow and subscribe. Give that a little shot. Because we here at Question Keys need your support. And as a special little extra thing, if you have an Amazon Prime account, you get 1 free Prime subscription every single month that you can give to one of your favorite creators. And we here at Question Keys would be thrilled if you would consider lending us your Prime subscription. Or just a normal subscription if you fancy that. You will get access to lots of fancy emotes and things like that, and you will be helping Question Keys with their content creation, supporting us in our future creative endeavors, which basically accounts to bringing you more memes, you know, that kind that you love, in the form of comedic yet sometimes arousing storytelling. Yeah, that sounds about right. So yes, if you haven't done so already, please do consider giving us a follow and a subscribe. And yes, I will stop interrupting your fantastic Question Keys content. What's on at the minute? Oh, this is a good one. It's an oldie but a goodie. Yeah, enjoy. Oh, Bad and the Beautiful, even better. Yeah, go check that out. It's really, really cool. So yeah, until next time, friends.
when we left off, the aftermath of pulling Lucian and Acheron apart, the blood rain still pouring, everyone involved breathless, literally and figuratively. In this moment, I think the first person I'm going to start with is Lucian. What is going through his head right now?
Oh god, about 1,001 different things. He's still coming down from the frenzy. Bear in mind, Lucian was always the person who never got his hands dirty. He would let people do that for him. That's what he paid them for. But over the last 24 hours, his whole world's turned upside down. And he has tried to save face, and he has tried and tried and tried. But the cracks are showing. And the cracks are opening up. And he's not sure if his dabbling with the Oblivion powers has been helping, or if he's the reason this all has happened. So he's considering some very dark thoughts right now. Because all he wants to do is save the ones he cares about. But who is he really saving them from at this point?
One by one, we'll take stock of how each of you are feeling, and then we can move on. Jen, what is going through your head right now?
Anger, confusion, maybe a regret, knowing that this is most likely going to be a suicide mission at this point. Seeing how Lucian has gotten over the last 24 hours since I've met him for the first time is not a good thing. Knowing what I've had to do in the past, knowing the solutions that weren't always ideal, I don't want to foresee what is going to happen and what I probably must do. At this point, Lucian probably only has one last chance. And that chance is very thin currently. I don't know what is going to happen next. But John is on edge. And that edge is growing ever closer to becoming a chasm.
All right. Antique?
Antique is probably the weirdest of all of them because it's more like a mixture of amusement and thrill. She's a risk taker, also from her job, because she's just seeing new shit, and that's just added. This character also has ADHD, so this is a thing she hasn't seen yet. This is exciting.
Not to mention everything you're documenting for the purpose of Killian as well.
Obviously.
Eclipse.
She has mixed emotions right now. She wants to get back to Amarantha. She wants to make sure everybody gets out of this thing safely and alive. But she's never really seen this side of Lucian before. And seeing what damage he can cause, she's nervous because she doesn't want him to die. But she knows the extent of where he can go and where he's willing to go.
Blue, I turn to you last because clarity of purpose takes over your being gradually. You have always had a sense of, we'll call it the divine, being in the presence of Zolat. Is the closest you've been in a long time, maybe since you returned. You recognize what needs to be done in order to preserve your kin and her sire, and indeed the rest of the coterie, and perhaps the future of all kindred in Night City. you would recall the cave you're looking for, deeper into the Badlands, 30 feet southeast. Everyone else might see reserved acceptance on Blue's face. And Blue, I'm going to say you speak in a voice that isn't entirely your own when you say the only way out is through. Follow me, and we'll find her. Perhaps remnants of the antediluvian soul your hands briefly met in the pool of oblivion. Everyone else, you hear this directive from Blue. How do you respond?
Lucian will get up to standing. He'll brush himself off. He can't bear to even look at his latest victim, Acheron. Doesn't want to meet his eyes. He just says, how far I have finally fallen. And he'll set off walking, following Blue.
Acheron is going to follow you, Lucian, and he won't try to take your hand, but he will keep his vow. When you said, "Do not go far from me," he didn't take that lightly. Blue and Lucian and Acheron, can I get a marching order, please?
Eclipse will follow behind Akron.
I'm way in the back.
Okay.
Also, so I guess the festival's off, right? We're going in the cave. Yep.
Yeah,
by
we're
now,
going to
all
the
of the
cave.
humans, like
All right.
the last human car has left, so
All right.
yeah.
Let me just change real quick because the wig's killing me.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, that's antique.
I know. Rebel time.
All right, better.
Hell yeah. Blue, somewhere between Eclipse and Antique, perhaps?
Oh, Blue would be up front. She would be leading into that.
So, deeper into the Badlands, approaching this cave, there is a marked difference in the wildlife, the nature that grows as you approach the cave. It starts to look sickly. The nature itself has been afflicted by some sort of magic, perhaps whatever magic is emanating from inside. The cave, 40 feet wide and approximately 60 feet long. Entering, you hear your footsteps start to echo. It's quiet enough to hear a pen drop. The rain pattering on the ground, eventually that too becomes lost to the depth of silence in this cave. Soon it starts to get dark. It's not your average everyday darkness. Getting closer. How about everyone make me a wits and awareness roll? And I'll do that for act. Okay.
Let's go.
This is not starting off well.
Nope.
That's a 4.
Okay.
I got 2 zeros and 2 9s.
Oh my god.
I got 5 out of 9.
2 out of 4.
2 6s and 9, and 5 and a 4. So 2 successes out of 5.
Okay. This becomes apparent to Lucian and Eclipse first. You hear a rhythmic kind of singing echoing off the walls of the cave in some indistinct language. It could be words or it could be rhythmic sounds. As you get closer, you hear some of these voices start to take shape. 2 in particular. Hushed voices that appear to be concealing an argument. I have never seen you be this willfully ignorant in all of your life. Are you kidding me? You would jeopardize the future of this coven to awaken an ancient god that has the potential to kill all of us. I could strangle you right now if I wasn't so terrified of what she was doing. The voice responds. You have never allowed yourself to see the bigger picture. If we do not survive by any means necessary, then our clan is extinct. You see what is happening to the gangrels. You see what happened to the Salubri. There are so many more clans that exist nowadays that used to exist that do not anymore. We are the clan that endures. We have the magic. That is all that matters. And the minute you start to see that is the minute you will finally begin to take my side in this argument. And the argument persists with the female voice rising in pitch. Blue is the first person to reach. A familiar purple-haired lady, yes, and a taller male figure with tan skin. One of those muscle shirts. It looks like he's ripping out of it, frankly. He's got a thin gold chain. And the two of them look up. Indigo registers Blue rounding the corner, and then Lucian and Akron. And she's just saying, "Hey, thanks for coming, guys. Right this way. She ushers all of you and just advises you to keep it down because she guides your attention to the center of the room.
Does she notice that we're covered in blood from the rain?
It is quite dark. It's possible, but she'll just be like, I'm so glad you guys can make it. She will give like a sidelong look at Blue and then at Akron, and then Akron will murmur, we have another invited guest with us. Gestures to Blue.
Hello again.
Oh, you mean... She'll look between Blue and the center of the room, where a circle of cultists has gathered. That's where the singing is coming from.
Also, question.
Yeah.
Does Blue recognize who Indigo is having the fight with?
I don't think Blue would, no.
Does Lucian?
Okay.
Lucian might. Indigo rarely talked about her sire, but she usually had not very nice things to say and she will hastily just introduce herself. To everybody else, offer like a quick handshake. And I don't. If she notices the blood, it's like she chooses not to comment on it. She just like quickly shakes everybody's hands, like, "Hi, Indigo, leader of the coven. Don't mind him. He's not worth remembering." Under her voice, under her breath.
Eclipse hear this and she kind of laughs.
Antique is sending a picture of what's killing.
Sure. Kadir is just frowning at all, like, "What? Wait, who said you could invite guests? This is a closed ceremony. What is happening here?" And then she'll just, she will try to like put her hand on his face and like try to cover his mouth with one hand as she just goes, "I'm really happy you could make it because I think we're all in a lot of trouble." He's actively trying to like bat her hand away, but she is going to use, let's see. Yes, she's going to use her resolve to use Uncanny Grip to cover Kadir's mouth. So,
Nice.
they're in the center, and Zolot has been gathering power for, I don't really know what for, but they're twisting the nature of these blood sorcery rituals, and they're making it into something evil and wrong, and and she is gonna make a roll to rear back, and Rockstar, he will fight her, she will rear back and punch him in the jaw, and as soon as his fist connects, it makes an audible crack.
Oh.
"I will deal with you later." And she just goes to speak again, but she's gonna have an instant to respond. Ooh, Kadir is going to tackle her to the ground.
And I see Kadir's eyeballs.
In the darkness, do you want to try to pick them out?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Okay, if you are attempting to mesmerize, I'm going to add 1 to the DC difficulty because it is dark, so it'll be a DC of 4. Manipulation and dominate, and for him this would be intelligence and resolve.
So that's 2 and attribute manipulation 2. And
Okay. So I gotta hit all 4 of these. Cool. Right? It's 4?
Mm-hmm.
what? That's a 0. Okay.
That is also a 0. That's a 6. And that's another 0.
Yeah! Okay, so all of this happened in the span of about 6 seconds. She punched him, he tackled her, so you have the opportunity now with him on top of her to mesmerize. And as you look at him, his attention like wanders up, and his eyes will meet yours, and his face will slacken.
Stop. And shh. Stand. And leave her be.
He'll stand quietly. From the center of the room, the singing changes in pitch. Ooh, okay. You all would hear Teddy's voice, but it sounds like she has a touch of laryngitis. She's attempting to talk in a much lower register than Teddy's natural speaking voice. I was unaware that we had guests. Hello. This hello echoes. Hello, hello, hello. The voice from the center of the room. The crowd of cultists part, leaving the circle is Teddy, as you all have come to know her to be. She walks forward. She walks forward. There are shadows all around her eyes, not just underneath, but darkened eyelids. This ritual paint extends toward her forehead, down her jaw, and indeed looks as though it were smeared onto her face and down her neck. I bid you welcome to the first part of a journey toward a new era. He is addressing all of you.
And who is welcoming us? If I might ask.
I am the first of my clan, a hunted clan, a salubri. You may call me Zaluot.
Blue shivers.
Many millennia ago, the other kindred, they tried to silence me. I was murdered, but the leader of this coven has seen fit to restore me to my former glory. He'll look toward Indigo and Kadir. Oh. Waving their hand. Kadir's head turns. He begins to robotically walk toward the center of the circle, ignoring all of you, as though answering some sort of silent summons. Eclipse.
Mm-hmm.
You felt a familiar tugging from the center of your chest before.
Mm-hmm.
You would recognize when someone is being summoned. Fun fact. As a discipline, summon works on any vampire who has used awe, entrancement, compulsion on another vampire or another human. So anyone that you have compelled before, used awe on before.
Well, Eclipse is not going to ever piss off her fiance. Ever.
Zaluot summons Kadir to his side. He still has that curiously blank look, even though the mesmerism is broken when eye contact is broken. My friends and I were in the middle of a ritual. You are welcome to stay and to watch as we gather power to awaken my fellow brethren, those responsible for giving all of you the gift of the unlife. Although, eyes will go to John in particular. I do regret the clanless and their isolation. I wish something could have been done about that. addressing John as one of the clanless.
And all you see is just a face of disgust. Looking at this abomination of whatever the fuck he is.
I'm kind of live streaming that part currently to Killian, so he has an idea what's happening.
Okay. To that, from another network in the cave. Actually, I think I am going to make this a roll. Antique, what was that roll?
Well, it is 2 successes, 1 is a 0, if that helps.
That's 2 successes.
Of course.
Antique, you are startled by a tap on your shoulder.
Yeah.
I couldn't miss all the fun, now could I? If you turn, it's him. It's Killian.
Fast travel.
Oh, I have my
I roll.
eyes.
I know. Why do I have to take the car? Okay.
It was just getting good. Let's watch.
Okay. Oh, did he summon you? Fuck, that was quick.
Ah. I see others have felt the beckoning. That which draws all kindred closer toward what is inevitable. Heightens their curiosity. Might feel like an inclination to go boldly where no one has gone before, but John, wits and awareness.
Okay. That's 1 0, a 7, a 9, a 6, and a 4.
Okay. Okay, so that's 4. Ooh, special.
I need some.
Okay.
The dice pool.
Okay.
I'm so
All
trying
right.
to get the poker face, so.
Out of the corner of your eye, John, Chief of Police, riding snow.
Why are you here?
I told you. I felt it. Beckoning.
This fucking abomination.
We keep it cool. We don't know what he can do.
Lucian's gonna step out of the shadows.
Zelawat's head is going to tilt at an unnatural angle. I feel a semblance of familiarity from this body. Does she know you?
Somehow I think you already know the answer to this question. You all-knowing, all-powerful waste of skin. Give her back to me.
Well, we were just getting ready for the next part of our ritual. The cultists. Their humming grows louder, more insistent.
Lucian
Rather like-
screams, "Release her!" And he will use Melpomine to enhance that scream, to terrify any of those fucks. I think it can be used like that. If not, he'll just scream.
You do have Dread Gaze. Okay, so Melpomene enhances the abilities of Awe, Daunt, Dread Gaze. Okay, I'll rule that it works. You're able to enhance the power of Dread Gaze without using your eyes. So let's roll Dread Gaze.
Okay.
That would be your charisma and presence versus their composure and resolve.
I also would like to add to this.
Yeah, depending on the reaction after Blue, I guess. You have to. I want to say something to the group.
I need to say something to Killian.
Okay.
Okay.
No worries.
While this is happening, okay.
Yeah, depending on the reaction after Blue, I guess. You have to. I want to say something to the group.
I need to say something to Killian.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
No worries.
While this is happening, okay, Antique and Killing.
One, I was streaming, so you could have watched from home, so you might have just walked into a trap. So what's the order now? Are we interacting? Should I start screaming too? What do we do?
He's gonna think on it, and he'll just say, "Keep streaming. I think the world needs to see this."
Oh, you want to stream?
The masquerade is going down. And John and Blue?
Blue is
You
going
first.
to help Lucian and hopefully pull everything from them by doing a aura of decay so that she can make all of the cultists sick so that they stop participating in the ritual.
Okay. Okay. While I look that up, John, what did you want to say to Blue?
It's more towards the general direction of the group, and I'll say it loud enough for them to at least hear it. When I tell you to hit the deck, hit the deck. I only have once to try this.
Do not destroy my body.
To quote a certain someone, I do what has to be done. Hit the deck if I tell you to.
Okay.
For my roll.
Blue. Yes, go ahead.
I got a 1, I got a 9, and I got 4 10s.
Nice.
Oh!
Grovel, bitches.
8. Okay. I'm gonna also add on to that the Aura of Decay. So Blue, give me Stamina and Oblivion.
My Oblivion and my Stamina are a 9 pull, so this is exactly like a Teddy Tech roll.
Let's go.
Yep. Go ahead.
That's 1 0. It's 9. Come on, be nice.
Ah,
Oh, good lord. This is gonna work.
Fucking better. This is a god.
I have not failed one. I have 3 zeros, and all of the rest are successes. There are 3 zeros,
6
2
successes.
9s, 1 8, and 2 7s. So 9 plus an additional 2, so 11 successes.
yeah.
So
Still
for
high
a
scoring, baby.
cumulative
Alright.
total of 19 between us.
Nice.
Hell yeah, we got it.
All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw for him. Yep, that fucking blows him out of the water. All right. So first, we'll start with the Melpomene. The mortals double over at the waist, cowering in fear, lifting their hoods up higher, and then they start coughing, heaving, slumping to the ground as they are stricken with this sudden plague, and Zaluat attempts to resist. The Melpomene attempts to resist the Aura of Decay, but he is stricken by both voices, and Teddy doubles over at the waist, starts heaving and cowering, and you all would recognize a similar ability used by a character that is no longer with us in this unlife. Just says, "Protect me." It vibrates through the walls. The walls seem to shake as he's using a different ability.
She would like to add in at this point, give me my body back. Now.
I need to stack this deck appropriately. So the 6 cultists, they are under the effect of Aura of Decay.
Mm-hmm.
From another network of tunnels in this cave system, directly across from all of you at about 60 feet to the north, a pair of struggling figures walks in. They look like 2 more members of the cult. Struggling because the person opposite, the one that steps forward, also slumps to the ground for unknown reasons, but the leader speaks. Harm the antediluvian, and you'll never see her again. Cooperate, and we will show you the path to oblivion.
Blue looks at Lucian. It's your call. She's your daughter.
Acheron will turn to you, Lucian, and just say, they're using ancient ritual magic. It's possible that we could summon Teddy, keep her spirit safe, and deal with them accordingly.
He's
the
not wrong.
Leader. The person that spoke again just shouts across the way, "He's right. We unearthed our Zaluat from deep beneath the bowels of this horrid city, recovering his soul from the phalanx, and he'll produce a very ancient-looking clay. I meant to say Kylix, and my brain, I don't know what that was. He's producing an ancient clay Kylix, lifting a lid.
So like a
Zaluat soul. Yes, that's a better word. It's a palimpsest. So
Thank you, Brennan Lee Mulligan.
It looks like an old clay vase, and he'll just say, our Zaluat's soul was preserved for millennia inside this palimpsest, and we recovered it. We do not wish to cause bloodshed where none is due. It took great pains to stop Zaluat from devouring all of us. Great works of magic. In fact, all of the mortals coughing in the center of the circle. Their magic was keeping the worst of his cravings at bay. Blue, her head rotates, and Blue lets out a snarl. Bet you didn't know she could make that noise. What will it be? Cooperate? Or a fight?
You say that you don't want bloodshed, where bloodshed isn't due. Well, let me ask you this. What does come after the flood? Because it's all people fucking talk about, these fucking antediluvians. Who the fuck cares? There's a reason they died so fucking long ago, because they were the old generation. The poor and broken. They didn't even survive their own generation. And you spend your time trying to bring back the old ways. Friends, it's 2134. The world is very fucking different now. So what comes after the flood in a world like this?
Lucian, make me a pull of charisma
Yes.
and leadership.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Sort of a persuasion check. Add an additional die to your pool.
That's a pool of 7. We like this.
See if you can sway anybody in the room.
Okay, no crits, but that's 1, 2, 3, 6 out of 7.
Okay.
No crits, but it's 6 out of 7.
As Salawat speaks, what happens? Why, a new age, a new one without the conflict between Camarilla and Anarch, where no faction is greater than the other. It's an age of equal opportunity for us all to live, not only survive, but to live and prosper. And as he speaks, the cultists on the floor, well, they can't really react because they're stricken with plague, but Kadir, the figure from the other side, frown, and they seem to be closing ranks. In fact, as the unknown figure from across the way approaches the center of the circle, light from above, moonlight, sheds onto his face, revealing bright blue eyes, sandy blonde hair. This is not a kindred you have ever met before, but we tried to warn you. We will protect our asset.
If they're closing ranks around Blue,
Yes.
I'm gonna look at Blue, and I'm gonna give a nod, which above table is me nodding to Mary. I'm gonna use Arms of Ahriman to extend the shadows from around us and spiral them around, send them spiraling around this would-be god.
As soon as she sees the shadows, she shadow steps so that she can get right up next to him and grab herself, her body, with, hold on, I forget what it's called. She's gonna grab him with the funky thing that you just gave me. What is it? Relentless grasp is what she's going to grasp with. So she can't go nowhere.
While you guys are doing this, I'll do a little distraction. It's like an old person when the phone goes off all of a sudden, and what you hear is After Dark. Dusk Till Dawn, the song, and it's just like starting the melody, and I'm like, so sorry. And I'm just like, God. I can't show us what you can do.
We don't roll for initiative here, but are y'all ready for some fucking combat?
I fucking am. Question about the humans that are on the floor with, was it plague?
It was. It was a plague. They are effectively incapacitated.
Okay. If they were to be commanded, like with compel, would that work on a group or just individuals?
Compel is individual. For a group power, it has to have the word like mass in it. So at later levels, there's a dominate power called like mass suggestion. That would be like on a group.
Okay.
I was thinking about it, but if you literally say they have the plague, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So there's no point in letting them go, right?
You don't know what I'm up to. Okay.
They're humans. They're going to take a lot longer to recover from something like a manifestation of a plague in modern times. Trauma team out here, like, I mean, who's calling for them, really? They made their bed.
Yeah.
It depends on their platinum status.
So, fun things in how combat works in Vampire. I made this explanation last time, I believe. It's 3 turns and out. There's an awful lot of people to get through, so we do not roll for initiative. Order is generally determined by yours truly. And, okay. Calling the Solaire action, because it's the only way I can think to naturally incorporate this, but Kadir, out of his compulsion, blows into a whistle. It's piercing. It echoes in the walls, and from the 2 networks in the caves, there's 4 on either side, 4 armed humans entering the room and moving in, surrounding the center platform where the cult was just stood chanting. So, 8 human enemies in a circle around this center stage. And we have 2 of your sires, potential for a 3rd one. So we have the sires, we have Akron, Raiden, Killian, and Kadir. Kadir is hostile.
Not for long.
Then we have the Coterie, and then we have Evil God Bitch. So 12 enemies.
Yes.
And the rest are on our side. She took the BBEG and grabbed the throat.
Okay.
Grasp.
Similarly to how Lucian grabbed the throat of Dion's sire. Like, not sire, child.
Okay. Alright, then we're starting. Top of the round, Lucian.
Hello there.
Alright, reviewing the layout, we have the 8 human armed people, and then we have Blue grabbing Salawat, and we have the human cult leader outside of the circle. You all are probably on the outer perimeter looking in.
Okay.
About 40 feet away. Not that you track movement here. You generally are able to like have freedom of movement.
All right. Indiegogo, not a fan of her sire, I take it?
No.
All right. Lucian, with a slight uncharacteristic smile for what you've seen of him the last couple of days, he'll do the anime thing where he runs his hand through his hair with a smirk.
Nice.
He'll look over to Jun and give a nod, and then he'll turn to Kadir and say, Indiegogo always said you were a bit of a cunt, and I'll pull out the gun, the Malaran, and I'll take a shot, aiming in between the eyes.
Oh my goodness.
Let's fire a gun in a vampire game, guys.
Lucian, dexterity and firearms, and he will roll dexterity and athletics to dodge.
All right, pull the 5.
Okay.
Gimme. 1, 2, 4 out of 5.
That beats his 1. Woo!
Oh!
Dealing 2 aggravated damage. Mortal gets shot in the eyes. It's pretty much sayonara, but he staggers a bit, panting. It looks like he can't quite speak properly. It may be lodged into the speech center of the brain. He gargles a bit. He is thoroughly hit between the eyes. Already looking rough since it's 2 out of 5.
Be grateful that I didn't treat you like the last sire I shot, because I blew his cock off.
Just Indigo cackling, echoing off the walls of the cave. All right. Anything else?
I mean, I don't know what counts as a bonus action. I'll start closing the distance. I want to get over to the action.
We'll say action and movement.
Yeah.
No bonus actions, no reactions. Technically, reactions are. I hate how everything is so like situation dependent in Vampire sometimes because reactions depend on the situation. But
it's fine. You're the GM. You rule it however the fuck you want, and we will ride or die with you.
Thank you.
Literally.
All right.
Yes.
And funny enough, it's Blue's turn. What you gonna do?
She is going to shadow dash with her little hostage away from the cultists back towards our side of the thing. So she's just like...
Okay.
So Lucian sets off running and goes, oh shit, runs back.
she kind of, before he starts running, she kind of gives him a little wink, and then they disappear and pop up like right where he should be if he doesn't move, because she has all of these weapons that are Teddy's on her body that she has no idea how to use. Which also, there is a Rothnos gun on her body, which is a +5 aggravated damage. So please, somebody use her gun!
I look expectantly at John.
Give me some hands!
All right.
I know where the front and the
I am
end
going to
is.
rouse check for Shadow Step. I do need a rouse check.
Okay.
Make sure to roll all of your hunger dice.
Oh,
I
all
will.
of them? Okay.
Maddie, I will ask you before you, while you're rolling, is it visible on you?
Yes, it's on her left thigh in the holster is where Teddy keeps that one. So it's easily accessible. There's one at her back. So she has 2 guns on her holsters, so one on each thigh. The big one is on the left. She has another one on her back, in between her pant buttons. I don't know how many hunger dice I have with Blue. Hold 3. 3? Okay. 1 is a 0.
Fuck out of her body.
2 is a 0. I've got 2 zeros.
That's
3
good.
zeros. 3 total.
Oh.
3 zeros.
Okay. You more than pass. You teleport with Salawat. Ooh, interesting. They look incredibly alarmed, but they are held in your unrelenting grasp. Antique.
Chaos.
The Chaos Rain, you have your weapon.
Oh no, I don't have a weapon, but I have things you told me. We talked
You do
about.
have things that you can do, yes.
I would like to use the suffuse whatever.
Suffuse the edifice, yes.
Yep. I'm still. I don't know what's gonna happen, so we lean into chaos, maybe saving some people, maybe not, the Blake ones, whatever, but yeah. So, since we're already playing the music,
Yes.
could I try to convince everyone Amazing spectacle! Can we stop the charade now and take off the cloaks and everything and do this little dance party and just go outside, talk about this theater piece. It was amazing, but you all suck. Let's go. So I would like, if that's possible to kind of whoever reaches it. I mean, it's reaching everyone.
Okay, so it's reaching everybody. All right, so it is going to immediately affect the mortals who have normal to resist.
Yeah.
All right, so it is going to immediately affect the mortals who have normal to resist.
Yeah.
They hear, okay, I'm gonna say they hear taking off the cloaks. And a few of them confusedly start to take their clothes off before they realize, like, oh, you meant, okay.
Inferno's back on, guys. Let's get naked.
Yes.
Fire fellow.
Let's go to the festival. Party time.
No more
Either way, you have their attention. Are you trying to lead them from the cave?
Yeah.
Okay.
I basically want them to think this is a theater piece. We're going outside to the festival now.
Oh my god, are you the Pie Piper?
Yes, she is.
My god. All right, these armed humans, excitedly, a few of them, in fact, they do start flinging different, like, articles of military clothing off, like, as they run toward the entrance of the cave. The rain is still very much occurring, so a few of them actually drop their basic assault rifles on their way back, on their way out to follow Antique, and Antique drives these 8 mortals out of the cave.
I give Killian the camera here. I'll be right back.
Killian is loving it. He is like landscape moding that shit and like getting the wide angle shot for some of them.
And you said you were useless in combat. You just took 8 people out.
Yeah.
People.
It's people with guns.
John, up to you.
Okay. Here we go. Seeing Lucian go ham with his first attack on, I forgot his name.
Kadir.
Kadir. I raise my rifle, center mass, and just go to fucking town.
All right. Dexterity and firearms, please.
Dex, that will be 2 plus 5. Would we consider it quick draw?
Yeah.
Because
Why
that
not?
would make another die. Yeah.
You had your rifle prepared anyway, like.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. I would, like I said, finger on the trigger.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay. So that is 2 zeros, a 7, an 8, a 6, a 3, and a 5. So 3 successes and then a critical.
7 total successes. Because of the 2 zeros.
Sorry, yeah.
Dealing 3 hits of aggravated damage, you unleash a spray of bullets into his chest, and we'll say that beats his margin of 4, and on a margin of 3 or more, you are able to look through Kadir in the region of his sternum, in that several chunks of flesh are missing, and he drops. He's finished.
Fuck yeah.
That happens. If you allow me to still have some kind of movement, I assume that while that is happening, Teddy or Blue poofs right next to us, next to me, and I.
She's right by Lucian, yeah.
Yeah, at the same motion of firing in the corner of my eye, see her pop off next to us. I'll make my way and try to. This sounds silly. Embrace Teddy from the back and grab the gun that she has on her hip.
Swipe.
In order for the next, and then obviously like letting the rifle hang from the sling, with the intent of, for the next round, to use it at least once to see what happens.
Okay.
Desperately hoping for something good to happen with that fuck.
All right.
So question, just to clarify, the sandy-haired, blue-eyed guy that was leading everything, is he a vampire or a human?
He is kindred.
He is kindred, okay.
Oh boy. Here I go shooting.
Yeah.
Oh boy, here I go killing again.
Okay, I'm gonna need, because Eclipse is next.
Yeah, let's pull one out for Kadia.
Not great.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Eclipse, give me which.
Just hold on to that.
Please.
2 zeros and 2 nines.
Wait, you
That is 6 successes. You beat his success by a wide enough margin that Shade, all right, attempts to stab Eclipse and just says, "Remember me now."
You're the asshat that turned me.
Yes.
So I am going to... She's gonna punch her sire because he honestly deserves it. I'm gonna use my brawl, which is her specialty. And on top of that, I also want to use uncanny grip, which I also have to make a rouse check.
Uncanny
Do
grip.
it.
Okay.
I love it.
Ooh.
Because-
Okay. All right. Give that rouse check. Burrowing those extremities into almost any surface. Okay. Are you going for what I think you're going for? Okay. All right, give me strength and roll. Rolling with uncanny grip.
So I had a success on her rouse check.
Nice.
Okay,
At least
good.
we're not getting hungry.
Yeah.
Now let me roll my 11. I think it's what, 11? 5 plus 5.
Yes.
Plus like
Yep.
one other die. So 11.
Amaranth has
11
good
total.
fucking taste. Jesus.
Yes, she does.
Like I said, I haven't seen Eclipse in action yet, and I'm worried.
I want to see like 12 successes off of her 11 dice. Like, that's what I want. I want like 13.
What do we got here? Count them
3
down.
zeros,
Hell yeah.
4 8s, and 3 7s.
Uh-huh.
Oh, holy shit! 13 gang!
That I can call
13
the
gang.
dice rolls. Have we not learned this?
Honestly, I couldn't be in better company.
Oh yeah.
I could not be in better company. I'm not kidding.
On behalf of Vamp Dad and the daughters, welcome to the family.
Okay, full blown Mortal Kombat. Hand goes through the chest with uncanny grip. You wrench your wrist and perhaps do something that you've been thinking about doing since you realized what happened to you years ago. Tearing out his unbeating heart, a chunk of his spine, you punch a hole through this vampire.
Telling me that she just pulled a Klaus Michelson and ripped his heart out?
Yes, absolutely.
Très magnifique. Très magnifique.
13 successes, uncanny grip. You have to. It's the only way, really. That is. I'm gonna call that 5 levels of aggravated damage, and there's no torpor for that. You can't replace an unbeating heart. instant death. Eclipse is the instant crematorium.
Called himself
you could actually have
Shade.
that.
He couldn't even snuff out a fucking candle next to our Eclipse.
I think that just leaves the cult guy and Salawat. All right. Contested grapple check. So give me. Ooh, what do I want for this? Ooh, strength and athletics. Strength and athletics, I think, is going to be because of Relentless Grasp. Add your potence rating to your dice pool of 4. So for you, this would be a total pool of 6. And I'm going to attempt to escape the grapple.
Good luck, douchebag. That's a 0. That's a. Give me another 0. Come on, please. Okay. No. I have 5 out of 6.
The only good roll I've had all night, he got 7.
Wonderful.
I'm flavoring this as you feel Teddy's nails, Blue's nails, sinking into your wrist, and that's going to cause a bite of superficial damage.
Mhm.
True. This time we're doing hunger to increase the dice pool, but let's see.
Wow.
Okay, I think he's going to use his movement to maybe back toward the entrance. Perhaps you all would hear Blue shouting, but it starts to sound, their voices start to sound the same after a while. It's a little bit like Teddy's shouting after these people to come back and protect me, and they are thoroughly influenced by Antique outside partying in the blood rain.
It's the full-on conga line.
Oh no, it's the opening scene from Blade in the nightclub.
Yep. And I am here for it.
Salawat moves about 30 feet toward the entrance. And after that, it's Chief of Police Ryden Snow. We'll see what he's got.
Yes. I'm very curious myself as well.
Ooh. Okay. Is there no roll against that? Ooh.
Turns out he's another god.
In a very uncharacteristic way. You go, Bridget. You do the thing.
All right. He's going to dip into a crouch. Soaring leap. Closing the distance in a matter of moments as he sails through the air. And I imagine some combat training, knows how to subdue an enemy, and I'll roll dexterity and athletics so they can escape this grapple attempt. I completely lost that die. Okay. And I'll roll to have him grapple and brawl plus potence. Ooh, this is a good one for him. Or total of 6. Is he gonna risk hunger? Ooh, he gets hungrier. That's fun. Okay, 5 out of 7 successes.
Nice at his finest.
Through the air, wraps Salawat in a headlock, and exerting the strength of his potence is attempting to cut off. Now I know there's no like undead circulation and anything, but this is the logic of like putting someone in a headlock with the intent to knock them out.
Sleeper hold.
Sleeper hold, and yeah, that's going to be a bit of a deterrent. So there, escape a grapple, only to get caught right in a grapple again. And after that, it'll be Killian. Oh, here to serve some Alistair realness. Going to make a rouse check. He does not get hungrier. And let's see, intelligence and blood sorcery. Total of 4. Ooh, okay. he is going to approach Raiden and Salawat, and he's going to turn his head. He's going to have that, like, serpentine grin all the way up the cheeks. And I'll say he has a special ring that slices open his palm. From his hand, rivulets of blood escape and encircle the form of Blue. In particular, rotating around her head. And he asks the question, where is the entrance to oblivion? And he concentrates, scouring the secrets of this ancient vampire god who did not pass the margin that needed to succeed. Controlling the flow of blood from his palm, I'll say that Raiden is close enough to see, like, a faint yellow glow in Killian's eyes as he says, yes, I see it, the path. I know the way to oblivion. Chaotic laughter echoing across the walls. Killian has found the path to oblivion. The cultist? Irrelevant. Go nuts, y'all. Let's see. The only hostile enemy left, the kindred that said we tried to warn you in that 90s cartoon villain era voice, hostile. And funny enough, it is his turn.
And he pees himself and roads away.
Yep.
We'll see about that.
Well, in the last 6 seconds, he's just seen, like, numerous sires taken down. And a god restrained twice.
Spaghetti-fied.
Yeah.
Let's see. He's
Like Peter Weller in RoboCop.
Ooh, okay. Lucian, give me stamina plus composure, please.
Let's have a look.
Okay.
Okay, that's +6. Alright.
When you make those kinds of noises, because it makes me feel like we actually might not die.
Yeah, but I could roll all ones right now.
Let's go for that.
But you won't.
I'm gonna need at least 2 successes.
They're all fails.
Oh no!
6 fails on a pool of 6.
Oh, goodness.
No pitch.
You rolled 1 total success.
I got a 1.
4.
I got a 1. I got 4 3s. And a 5.
Oh no.
Hey, I'm cool with it. What happens? Tell me.
It's not a critical win because you got 1 out of 4.
No, he just
Okay.
gave me incentive now. It's fine.
Lucian, your hunger increases by 1 as it appears the blood running in your veins, giving you this unlife. You feel it start to boil. The heat beneath your collar increases, and your skin feels like it's crawling as some of the unlife properties sustaining you start to fizzle out with this minor blood sorcery ritual. Would have been more, but he basically failed, and it was only 1 success worth of extinguished vitae. And how are you doing hunger-wise?
That's put me at a 1. So, I'm good.
1. It's true. And that was the best he could do, really. And last but certainly not least, it's your boy. And he's a bit peckish and a bit peeved, not gonna lie. Let's see. And what is he gonna do? He's got some options. These are mostly mental, I'm noticing. Okay. He is going to cross the room up to get right up in this man's face, pull out one of his guns, and holding it under his chin. You are a runt. You are a runt amidst a species of leviathans. Pulling the trigger, point blank.
That's my man.
Pool's not very big for firearms.
Get
but,
that. He's still there.
Ooh, okay. 3 out of 4. That's pretty damn good. And this particular pistol doing 3 points of aggravated damage at point blank level. Hole in his head, like Kadir had a hole in his chest. And again, it's like the speech centers of his brain are affected, so he has trouble garbling out a cheesy villain response. And the only enemy that's not grappled is now severely wounded, so back up to the top of the round with Lucian.
Lucian's gonna stroll over nice and casual. Give Akron a little booty pat on the way. Ooh. Yeah, let's make this fun. I'm gonna grab hold of this individual.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look him dead in the eyes. If he has eyes still, I don't know, he's got a big hole in his head.
One of them's missing.
And I'm gonna look at him in his one eye and I'm gonna say, let me tell you what comes after the flood, my friend. Lucian Auriel. And he comes for your unlife. I'm gonna wedge my hand into the hole in his head and I'm gonna touch of oblivion him.
In the wise words of Teddy Lincoln, go, Dad, go!
Akron just shot him point blank, so I'll say he's at disadvantage trying to escape the grapple. He has... Alright, no, I'll roll no roll to, like, try to get away, because this is too cool. So, crippling the head in, what was it? It was, crippling and aging the body part, catastrophically. So crippling the head, this body, we'll say this time, this body does start to desiccate. It rapidly starts catching up with the centuries that it's been alive, and it becomes clear in an instant this body was quite old, because that's what it is in a matter of seconds. We'll say you put your hand forward, Lucian, pulling it back, and a skeleton clatters to the ground.
But as I pull my hand away...
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Knowing what you know, this body was at least 500 years old.
Amazing. So as I pull my hand away, I'm still holding what remains of the skull, and I will turn to our demigod friend here, whoever the fuck. Just in case you didn't hear me, give her back. And I'll crush the skull.
Okay, I have an idea.
Love it when you say that.
Blue.
Mm-hmm.
You are...
Could I do something really
burdened-
cool?
You're burdened by glorious purpose. You are able to stride forward up to your body.
Can I put him back in the palimpsest now?
Okay. Maddie,
Yeah.
make me a fate roll.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Do
so the
not
last time I
fuck
did
with
this, I
Sam.
had a. The last time I did this, I had a 50. We're gonna see if we can hit this.
Do it.
That's 90. Let's see how close to 100 we get.
Okay.
99.
95.
95. Okay. The
Please let me put
whatever
it back.
lingering magic in the air summoned by this cult, perhaps twisting the nature of this ritual that you tap into. You feel an instinct coming from somewhere outside yourself. In fact, you reach out, placing your hands on your own forehead. You hear in this moment the voices of your ancestors telling you what to do. You put a hand over your forehead. It is burning hot. Perhaps the antediluvian soul starting to reject the body that it's been placed into. Your hand burns slightly. Take a point of superficial damage. This is a contested composure plus resolve.
Okay.
So he's going to try to fight being ejected from your body, but we're going to see about that.
4, 5,
He is going to risk hunger.
You know
Do
what?
it, bitch. Do it.
Can I throw in some hunger die for this too?
Do it.
Go ahead, risk me some hunger.
Fucking commit.
Blue's at a hunger 2. We're gonna risk putting 2 extra hunger dice.
If you pass both, if you don't have any failures, add 2 extra dice.
Okay.
If you have 1 pass, then add 1.
I have 2 so far. That's a 0. Cool. That's 1. That's a 7, so that's 4. That's a 9. I only had 1 failure out of my 6, so.
Okay, so add 2 extra die to your pool.
That's another 0. That's an thing. And that's another 0, so. I have 3 zeros, 2 9s, 1 7, and a 6.
Okay. Placing your hand upon your forehead, your hand burns hotter than you've ever remembered it feeling, and you feel the essence of this ancient vampire spirit struggling, trying with all its might to fight you, to stay inside this body, and eventually you are able to pull your hand back, and almost attached to your hand is the face of the Ancient One, of Saluot, his true visage, which as you hold the palimpsest, you are able to tighten your grip, punch it inside, and get the lid closed. Saluot trapped in the palimpsest once more.
This is why you don't take bodies that don't belong to you.
In Raiden's grip, Blue falls unconscious.
Can I transfer my brain back to my own body, please?
Okay. There is no roll to contest it because it's a blank body. Literal blank body. That's the derivative name for kindred. It's not a fight. You go unconscious yourself. Everyone watches Teddy crumple to the ground. Blue, you open your eyes and you realize that you're currently being headlocked, and you just
She taps. She just does the
tap.
Let's go.
Tap tap. And Raiden relinquishes his grip and just looks to John. Did we get him?
Yes.
Okay.
Lucian, grab your girl. And, you, the one that knows the way to oblivion, can you lead the way?
Follow me. me, and he just whips out his phone, sends a quick text to Antique. We're traveling deeper into the cave. Join us when you're ready. I'm sure those mortals are having such fun.
Here's the thing. I think it works similar to D&D. It stops at some point. So
At some point.
So they would be back on the cult shit, which we don't want. So I'm wondering, I have Lingering Kiss, and I have other stuff. And if I would all combine that with Cloud Memory somehow, if I could just make them forget that shit happened and they just follow me, they're my private bodyguards now, my rebels. That'd be cool.
Okay.
I mean, we can leave them up there, just guard the area so nobody goes to the festival. I don't care. We don't have to take them with us, but I don't want them to go back to the cult.
Sarah, I think I'm going to ask you to grab a D100.
Okay. I'm good with that. I suck in those dice.
Cloud Memory is essentially Gift of Gab. And normally it only works on the last, few moments, not an entire night. But the nature of awakening an antediluvian means the forces of magic that keep the supernatural creatures alive are fucked. They're all askew, so it's kind of like a wild magic surge if you roll high on this D100.
That's why I said I want to combine it with Lingering Kiss, because they would get addicted to me.
Okay, so you would bite them, and so you would make them forget and then bite them, or vice versa?
I think we are playing something like Spin the Bottle or something in the rain, and then it's, just some random bullshit because we're already dancing in the blood rain, it's like everybody's kissing everybody. I know this is the orgy now. I'm just bringing a bit of Stradalicious in here. I'm sorry.
You wanted the kinky shit. There you go.
They basically become addicted to me. They would want more, which is kind of they would follow me, and then I kind of make them forget. They just have the urge to protect me or let me feed on them or whatever. It doesn't matter. Basically follow me. Is that okay?
Give me that fate roll.
Yeah, I will. 30. Fuck.
30. Okay.
Can I roll with advantage? No.
Okay, one more roll that you can make. Yeah. Because you have Suffuse the Edifice active.
Yeah.
Roll me manipulation plus presence. Add a single die to your dice pool. Okay. Roll me 8 dice.
Wow. I think I'm tipping the dice. The other ones never succeed. Okay, 1, 0, a 9, 2 6s, a 7, a 6. So, 6 out of 8, and 1 is a 0.
6 out of 8. They're mortals. They don't have a roll to resist, really. You have 8 puppets.
No.
Add 8 puppets to your inventory.
I don't like any of this.
8 half-naked puppets.
Get them dressed. They're all bloody, though.
They're all bloody and half-naked.
I mean, that sounds like perfectly flaming fellow. No.
I hope a different category of inventory to River.
I'm not so sure about that. I'll text Killian.
Yeah.
I have them under my control. Do you need them, or should I park them here?
I mean, you can literally put them under other possessions, so...
I can put them in the limo, I don't care.
Oh my god.
They can sleep somewhere. There's a tent over there. I give one of them my number, just in case they're more whatever weird thing up to text me. They can stand guard or something.
First things first, you get a series of laughing till you're crying emojis from Killian, and everyone in the cave would hear Killian start cackling. And Killian will suggest to you, I'll call up another car, and you can have them all put in there.
It's a party bus.
I'm dying. I can't breathe.
It's a straight up party bus. Nothing else. Nothing more.
Serious,
Oh
right?
my god. This is what happens when
Stripper
we're
pole.
playing vampire past our bedtime.
I love this group. I love you guys.
No, just
Yeah.
Before we sign
Okay.
off, John is looking at the gun he just pulled out of Teddy's holster in his left hand. Looks at Teddy. Guess you
Put
want
it
this
back.
gun, right?
Put it back.
it's blue.
And
Teddy ain't here.
want to use. Damn it. I'll holster it for you.
Oh, Teddy crumpled to the ground. Who is carrying her?
I am.
Nope.
Okay.
Dad literally told him to grab his girl.
Making sure. All right, you are carrying Teddy. You have the way to oblivion. I had a very different idea in mind for tonight's post-credit scene, but
Ooh.
I'm feeling inspired. Actually, there's two visuals that I will leave you all tonight with. One, visual of a video call, 4 different screens, each having a very different scene, but clearly, if not in a home office, in a private space, all of them are in disarray as 4 members of the Primogen coterie of Night City rage in front of their computers, throwing things, yelling, cursing in different languages. One feed cuts out. One camera gets thrown to the ground. Eventually, the call disconnects. And the second visual I will leave you all with. 2 individuals enjoying a drink in front of an electric fireplace. Person A speaks in a voice that is a distinct blend of accents from mostly Eastern European nations, I believe. He says, "I hope you have enjoyed the gifts I have brought for you this evening, my prince." Person B, Prince Sakharin of Night City, turns his head. There are 2 half-dressed, quivering humans bound on their knees by the door to the room they're in. He turns and nods his head approvingly. "You're ever so generous, Demetrius. Welcome to my territory. What is the purpose of your visit, I wonder?" And Demetrius looks at the prince over the rim of his glass. "Hunting."
It's too early for tears.
You're adrift through an icy sea, struggling to find purchase.
I don't fucking know.
You are all standing in the sunlight together.
I don't care what Oblivion throws at us. Nothing stands in our way today.
Is that even really a concept? Time seems to stretch on. A ring glints from the third finger of her left hand.
Guys, I'm here.
No to the wind, the sun, and the fucking rain.
I'm not crying. You are. Also, Bridget, fuck you for this.
And he pulls out his shotgun pistol. Lucian,
It's a prop.
you better hit the fucking deck.
Where is my son?